Welcome to Friday at Fran's. Today's another quick holiday gift idea. And today what we're going to do is we're going to make the scarf like I have on and like this one up here. So this one's made out of flannel, which would give you a whole lot of warmth. This one is made out of a cotton. So what you need to do when you choose your fabric for this is you want to have something that is woven into the design. You don't want something that's printed. So I was looking at the flannels that I had other than the one I used here, and so I picked this blue one up. This would be interesting because when you fray this one, your fringe is going to be blue in one direction and black in the other because of the way that was woven. Then I grabbed this one, and guess what? Can't be used because this is a printed flannel. It's not a woven flannel. So make sure if you want to do this project, you get a printed or a woven design. So the first thing you're going to do is, and the directions for this will be on our website. The first thing you would need to do is ravel the edge. Now, if I started on this piece, I can tell by the print that the last cut wasn't real straight. So the first thing I'm going to do is just pull threads until I get it even. And then once it's even, what I did, well, you could even trim it a little bit ahead of time because you can see the plaid. But then all you're going to do is pull these strings one at a time. This is a great project when you're watching a show with somebody that you're not crazy about the show, but you're there to support him. You can do this while you're watching it, or if you're watching a show that doesn't take your total concentration, because you're going to have to look down every once in a while and find your strings to pull. You want to keep a pin handy, because if you can't quite find a string, it's a good way to grab one string. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to ravel that all the way around. And then when you get it raveled as much as you want, mine's about a little more than 3/4 of an inch, not quite an inch. Once you get it raveled, you want to stop it from raveling, especially if you're going to wash this at some point. So the directions say to put 2 straight stitches. I found that I could also use a triple stitch zigzag stitch. And almost any machine has this. Don't say, well, I don't have a big fancy machine, I can't do that. Anybody could always do your 2 stitches across. But a zigzag stitch, the thread comes across, 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 across. The triple stitch zigzag, it takes 3 little stitches every time it zigs or zags. So it's going to hold all those threads much more securely. And you don't need for me to sew this all the way around, but I'm just situating this right by the edge of where I just sewed. And I didn't put mine on my triple stitch zigzag. There we go. Now you can do this in a thread that matches mine. I've got a light gray in here, so it's kind of burying. You're not going to see the thread. On this one, I've got, actually I have a blue on one side and a green on the other. So it does show a little bit. So you can have a match or not. So you're just going to simply do that all the way around your scarf. So not much sewing, a little bit of time fraying it, but a fun, quick gift. I know what all my sisters are going to get next year for their birthdays, if not for Christmas. And let me remind you, I kind of showed this in one of my other videos. We do have gift cards, so don't forget, if you want to get something for somebody but you don't know quite what they need from Fran's Sewing Circle, get them a gift card. Thanks for joining us today.